I'm Bruce Hamill and welcome to Aarhus in Denmark, host to this year's IDSF World Standard Championship. There's much anticipation around this time of year. The children are excited about Santa coming to town to turn on the Christmas lights and to bring the spirit of the festive season closer to their hearts. And candy as well, of course. It's the night where the city's population turn out in their thousands to witness the magic of Christmas literally roll into their midst. The crowning moment when 500,000 pinpoint starlights spanning the city's pedestrian area are turned on, bringing the streets of Aarhus a little closer to heaven. But it's not the magic of Christmas that's in the spotlight here, it's ballroom dancing. And the dancers don't exactly feel charitable when it comes to competing in a world championship. They'll try to combine their performance with a competitive edge to stay a step ahead of their main rivals.
Whenever you go out and compete, you want to win. And that competitiveness is in you. But it's not that you try something different from like doing something different that you think is a good dancing or good quality dancing, and because there's so much in dancing, so movement and musical movement, the way it looks and the way the feeling that we create and transmit to the audience and as well to the judges. And so all that comes together, and we just want to do it better than all the others.
The first competition you have is with yourself. So you have to try to challenge yourself to be better than you've ever been before. So you have to be in 5 dances, you've got to have more strength and different strength, and you have to add always different aspects into your dancing, into your performance. So this is the biggest challenge.
It's very difficult to describe the energy of the dancer, because it's something that is, when it's really 100%, is magic, and it's different from every single couple. It's not all the same. Even if you try to copy someone else, that is not possible. But even if you are technical perfect, you can be very exciting only if you give your 100% without thinking of the technique really at the end of the day.
When I'm in the floor, it's difficult to explain the feeling. I'm very competitive.
You try to be the best, and you think to all the sacrifices you are doing, all the hard job you are doing, and so this, for me, helped a lot. I mean, if I feel tired or something like this, I'm thinking to all the work I do and all the persons that are trying to help me. So this is enough for me.
We analyze other couples and see what can we do to actually improve our performance in relationship to them. So if we know anybody has got a weak dance and or has weak abilities in certain things, so we try, of course, to go beside them and try to make our strength more obvious and their weakness more obvious. So this is what everybody does on the floor.
I think we are quite a competitive couple in 5 dances, which are not the advantages of all the other couples. Like, for example, the Italian Paolo and Silvia, they are more strong in tango and quickstep. For example, Sascha and Natasha are more strong in swing dances, not so strong in tango and quickstep. And our strength is really that we are equal in all 5 dances. So we can expect everything from, I think, okay, maybe not Arunas and Edita, because we didn't even touch them yet. So everything really from the second down is possible.
What's very important is who can get the audience, maybe. This is a strong factor as well. So, for example, the last World Championship was in Germany. It was a very strong factor for us that the audience from the first dance was with us. So this makes sometimes the others weak.
No doubt the perfect early Christmas present for any of our top couples would be to be crowned world champions at the end of the competition. 3,500 dancing enthusiasts made their way to the Athletión Stadium in Aarhus for this year's IDSF World Standard Championship. As in any other sport, dancers are regularly subjected to random doping tests. Earlier this year, Edita Daniute tested positive for sibutramine.
the lady of the Lithuanian couple was tested positive at the German Open in August this year. And then it always takes 4 to 5 weeks before we receive the laboratory analysis, before we know. Then the case was given to the IDSF Disciplinary Council. That is an independent organ within IDSF, statutory based. And the Disciplinary Council, they ruled a suspension for 3 months.
The 3 months ban was until the 22nd of December, but this would have meant that Edita would have missed taking part in the World Championship. Daniute filed an official appeal with the Court of Arbitration for Sport in Lausanne, and in a temporary ruling was given permission to compete. A final decision in this case will be taken at a later time. So Lithuania able to send their strongest couple along to the IDSF World Standard Championship. 70 couples from 39 countries took part in the event. They came from all 4 corners of the world. China sent their top couple, hoping for a good result. It's a full house, and the audience can look forward to enjoying world-class dancing, as in each round the couples will perform the 5 classic ballroom dances: the waltz, Viennese waltz, tango, slow fox, and the quick step. All eyes will be on Denmark's couples, especially their number 1, Tanja Köhler and Emanuel Valeri. Just a few last adjustments to make sure nothing unforeseen can happen on the dance floor, and we join the competition at the semi-final stage. Both couples from Germany through to the semis, the voices from England. They're joined by Russia, Lithuania, and the couple from Poland. The couples from Italy, the other Russians also through, Denmark, the second Lithuanian couple, and for the first time in the semis, a couple from China.
Yeah, we are very happy. This is really great. We worked very hard for it, and we're definitely very happy to dance in the semi-final.
Well, the semi-final kicks off with the waltz. This is the first heat. I'm joined by former world professional 10 dance champion Alison Fulham and former British standard amateur champion John Kimmins. And it's the Chinese couple we'll take a look at first.
Yeah, they'll be delighted to make this semi-final in their first World Championships. But I think they're contenders for the final, don't you, John?
Well, the performance they're producing right now gives them a very strong chance. They're a very young couple. Great promise here in this couple. I look to see great things from them.
And here's the Danish couple. Lots of support here. Dancing very well.
Emanuel and Tanja have excellent feet and have improved their performance considerably over the last 2 years. They just consistently get better. There's no dramatic improvement, but it just gets better and better, so I can see good things happening for them too.
And here we have the couple here that are really challenging tonight, hoping to win. Because we've got an open title this evening, so it's all up for grabs.
Well, I'm sure they'll produce their very best performance this evening.
Russian champions, again hoping for the final.
Must have a good chance. Extremely musical couple and contend very well with their obvious height difference, but it's balanced.
Another contender, Italian champion.
Thank you, Heat 1.
So that was the waltz, and now we'll move on to heat 1 of the tango.
This is the second German couple. Again, hot favourites for the final. Been doing very well in past competitions.
Must have an excellent chance for the final, but to me, their heads appear a little bit too close.
second Italian couple. Again, they've been making some finals, so they'll be hoping to be included. It's a really hot semi. Could go anywhere.
Yes, it's a great standard in this semi-final. These, I think, truly the top 12 couples on this evening. This couple have improved greatly, especially the man's head position.
Oh, bit of a bump. Still, experienced couples just get on with it. Find another space. Here's the English champions. Regular finalists. Lots of championships. There'll be also big challenges for the finals. It's really going to be interesting to see who does make it. They're all dancing well.
On the performance, big improvement in the tango from Warren and Christie. Should have a good chance.
Yes, sir.
So that was the semi-final of the tango, heat 1, and now by complete contrast we have the Viennese waltz.
Lovely big movement these two have, don't they, John?
Yes, they move extremely well and they're very much together. I sometimes just find that Andrea comes from a little bit far underneath when he rises, but saying that, it's still a fine performance. Fleck roll there from Benedetto and Claudia. Still look a little bit subdued to me.
They really need to up their game if they're thinking of challenging tonight.
I think so.
Arunas and Edita looking very calm, considering they're really wanting to challenge and win this championship tonight. Excellent.
And a very appreciative audience. The Danes do like their dancing. Right, that's 3 of the dancers through, and now we're on to the semi-final of the slow foxtrot. This is heat number 2.
With the dress. Usually it just flies away like that, so no need to worry.
Yeah, I think this couple, Linus and Donatus, are a really good couple.
So Manuel and Tanya, beautiful looking couple.
Yes, they provide a striking look on the floor. Just sometimes I think Emmanuel just tilts the head a little bit too far to the right sometimes and detracts from the superior elegance that we're looking for.
And here we are with the Polish couple.
Yes, this is a couple who've improved a great deal. They're very strong dancers and very well connected. However, sometimes I think that when they use their arms a little too much and a little too strong, but great improvement in that performance. Now we're seeing the Chinese couple, Hansen and Carolina, as they're known in their English names. I think they have beautiful action in the foxtrot. And for me, the pace of their dancing in this semi-final, from what I can see, is of top-class quality.
Yes, it's a very good standard, isn't it? Really hard to pick out who's going to win this one tonight. It's a tight contest. Well, that was the slow foxtrot. Now we're going to up the tempo and move on to the quick step.
Victor and Margareta showing nice bounce in those chasse actions there. Very together. Great contact as usual.
Brother and sister, Sascha and Natasha.
Yes, sometimes this couple take a bit of a rap for their quick step. The people say it's not mobile enough. But I think that they do very good quick step, and along with the voices, you know, they're much bigger boys than the other boys in the semi-final. So consequently, the dance is different. The extremities are a lot further away and harder to control. The Gigarellis, agile and nimble. Nice step distance, not too big.
Nice choreography too.
Always a neat couple.
Another brother and sister.
Yes, unusual. Two brother and sister combos in the semi-final.
They're all using this floor very well.
Paolo and Silvia.
So there we are. That's the semi-finals. They've all done their best, but sadly only 6 couples can make it through to the final. We'll find out who they are in just a moment. Denmark's #1 couple is the cool, fiery Danish-Italian combination of Tanja Kellert and Emanuel Valeri. Like a sweet, creamy Danish and a strong black coffee, these two are a match made in heaven. So much so that Valeri doesn't mind representing Denmark instead of his own country. But just so he won't feel too far away from home, he brought his entire family over from Italy to lend their support at the World Championship.
I like as a country, as a people, and I feel comfortable. Of course, as an Italian, it's strange to represent another country because, you know, you want to represent your own country. But the dancing world is changing a lot. Now it's more like worldwide. So the important thing, I think, is dancing at the end. It doesn't matter so much about if you represent, I don't know.
Tanja and Emanuel started dancing together 4.5 years ago when they were still in their late teens. Opposites attract, they say, and this is certainly true for these two. They were both looking for something they couldn't quite find in their own country.
I think it's very special, the passion that he has for dancing. And it's very different from Danish people. He's more warm and has more temperament. And I think that reflects into his way of dancing as well. So it's definitely different.
She's not really Danish, maybe because now she moved a lot to Italy, so she starts to be a little bit Italian. So it's like close to my idea, and I think we balance together. She's more determined than me in a sense. She's more serious sometimes than me. And I try to maybe enjoy sometimes too much, and she maybe calm me down because I'm like, I go up immediately and she's the one settle down a bit. But we balance together, and I think it's a great combination.
It wasn't easy at first. Tanja and Emanuel had to overcome geography and the language barrier. But despite their cultural backgrounds, they immediately hit common ground on the dance floor.
You feel straight away that you want the same thing. You want the same kind of style you like, the same way of moving, and your bodies can fit together. There's no bumping, no knocking, stuff like that.
From the first day, I felt like a positive thing. So I was almost like 99% sure that he was going in a good way, and he went. Of course, in the first period, it was not easy because I think the language was the main problem because we didn't have like a common language. She's Danish and she didn't know Italian, and so it was a bit of a mess. But after, like, she learned a very good Italian, now she speaks, and I learned English, and it was easier because we could communicate.
Emanuel started dancing when he was 7. His grandmother used to take him to social dancing, and after a while, he got hooked. Tanja was only 3 when she started dancing lessons. She was a child model first, and her agent thought she could do with a little help on the catwalk.
I had to walk in tempo with the music, and that was quite difficult for a 3-year-old to do that. And so she had said to my mom that she wanted me to go dancing to learn how to walk together with the music. So, and then I stayed at the dancing school. So.
I wanted to do the dancing because it was not my parents push me. Because, for example, they tried to push me at one stage to do ballet. I remember this. But I did it for 1 week and I gave up because I didn't like. It was like all girls, and I was like shocked. So I woke off, yes. And so I went back to the ballroom dance because I really liked it.
Like all dancers, they practice a lot and travel a lot. When they're not competing, they commute between Italy, Denmark and London to work with their coaches. When it comes to creating new moves, it's more straightforward.
Yeah, sometimes...
He decides.
Yes. No. Sometimes, yes, sometimes I'm the one that I really enjoy to create new stuff. Because if you try 100, maybe, steps, at least, I don't know, 2 or 3, it will work.
Few doubt we will see more of these two in the near future, but Emanuel and Tanya are yet to make the final of a big competition. But their results have been improving steadily over the years.
We feel like we're very close, and we really hope to make it soon. I think technically the things we are improving is like every department of the dancing, we have to improve a little bit, everything. It's not like one thing. It's like everything has to be just that little bit better.
Just recently, they finished 7th at the International in England. They have the full support of their families and the Danish audience. Can they go one place better? Well, sadly, no. Disappointment for the Danes. It wasn't quite enough. In the end, they only finished in 8th. These are the final 6. A very strong field. Both couples from Germany and Russia making it through to the final. Also in Bosco and Pitton from Italy and Bizokas and Daniute from Lithuania. For the final, I'm again joined by former world professional 10-dance champion Alison Fulham and former British standard amateur champion John Kimmins. Well, the first couple we'll see are Arunas Bizokas and Edita Daniute from Lithuania, strong contenders. They're dancing the Viennese waltz.
Yep, so this is it now for the final, their last chance to prove their dancing to win this World Championship. Coming out looking very calm, nothing on their shoulders, although of course they've had a very stressful build-up to this championships with all the controversy with Edita that we saw earlier.
Yes, it's crunch time, performing well. I'd like to see just a little bit more flight in this dance, but the lightness that they normally show, not quite the same to me with this performance. Not afraid of the fleck roll, though. Glad to see that.
So that was the first of the solo performances in this final. Bizokas and Daniute from Lithuania. We're now moving on to see the efforts of Paolo Bosco and Silvia Pitton with their rendition of the Viennese waltz.
Lovely start to this Viennese waltz.
Yeah, great swing here from Paolo and Silvia, and looking so much calmer than former performances. Really looks the suave man right there.
So here we have the flecker on the spot. Got to try and turn. Very good fast turns here. Beautifully controlled out. A difficult dance to start with, I think, in the final.
I think very difficult to start with this dance because, you know, you haven't had a chance to get the legs warm between the semi-final and the final. Tough dance to start with. Nice musical quality and everything he's showing in this performance, though. Good to see him not trying to kill it.
Thank you, Paolo and Silvia.
Italy's Paolo Bosco and Silvia Pitton. And now we're going to have a look at the first of the Russian couples, Sergei and Olga Konovaltsev, their brother and sister.
Yeah, they're going to be delighted to have made this first final for them. Lovely dance. It's been challenging for a while. Again, starting with the fleck roll here.
Yeah, contra-check to natural fleck roll. I would have liked to have seen a little different build-up to that. But, you know, they're a refreshing couple. Beautiful faces and young, I think 22 and 21. beautiful feel for music. Still a little bit of technical work to do, but they're on the right track.
It's a very physical dance, the Viennese waltz, because of the restricted figures. So the repetition is demanding in the body.
Yes, it takes a lot of muscle control in the legs because you're repeating the same action time after time after. So it can be a little arduous at times, especially if the body positions to each other aren't perfect.
Sergei and Olga Konovaltsev of Russia. And now on to some familiar faces. Another brother and sister pairing, Sascha and Natasha Karabey of Germany.
So last year's runners-up. So they're really going to be hoping, performing as best they can to win this title this year.
Yes, they're swinging well, but once in a while you'll notice that the closing of the feet is not as controlled as it possibly could be. But here we'll see fleck roll, reverse. Contra, natural. No fear of fleck roll here, this couple. Very fine performance of that difficult group there.
The one thing for the judges, this does give them a great opportunity to compare the big swing and movement.
I think Natasha's one of the best girls dancing. She looks beautiful. And again, the fleck roll.
Yes, the usual strong performance we've come to expect from the Karabeys. Now we can have a look at their German compatriots, Benedetto Ferruggia and Claudia Köhler.
So let's see how they start their first dance of the final. We weren't too happy with their semi, were we, John?
Well, I didn't think they were at their best. This is better, considerably improved. Still think he's got a little bit of a dilemma between his natural artistry and it tends to be braked a little bit to be technically correct. A difficult balance to find.
Claudia doesn't look her normal self tonight. I see a little bit of tension in her shoulders.
Yeah, maybe Benedetto's got the right arm a little bit too tight on her. Doesn't appear so, but something doesn't appear. Claudia's extension doesn't look as good as it normally does.
That's the trouble in this dance. If the man's not quite right, the girl feels it in her neck.
Oh, yes, a terrible feeling for the woman when that right side of the neck gets
Oh,
tense.
tell me about it.
Okay, that was Benedetto Ferruggia and Claudia Köhler of Germany. And now we're on to our final couple. That's Marat Gimaev and Alina Basyuk. They're representing Russia.
They're lovely and together tonight.
Very much so, and if you look at the closing steps, see how neatly they're produced there. Sometimes Marat gets a little bit of a distortion in the back and the torso, but by God, the feet look really good.
So we've seen all the couples now in their Viennese waltz, their starting dance. I've been very impressed so far, so this is going to be a great final, I think.
Yes, and as soon as they finish their solo performance, we're going to be able to compare all the couples, as all 6 couples will be on the floor for another Viennese waltz. Marat and Alina seem to have a little bit more music than everybody did, and now they've got to go straight back out and do another Viennese. I'm sure they'll handle it. They're fit.
Yes, as John said, we've now had a chance to see all the couples dance their solo Viennese waltz, but now the judges and you get a chance to compare and contrast the couples as we have the group Viennese waltz. All the couples dancing together at the same time.
So the judges will be using this opportunity now to compare. They've got a good idea of the individual performances, but now they can just compare against each other. Great opportunity for them, really.
Yeah, Paolo and Silvia, very free-flowing, look very relaxed and calm and confident.
As do Arunas and Edita.
Yes, balance personified there. Very much together.
Beautiful top line Arunas has, his shoulders. There we can see the camera angle there with the two couples together.
Yes, Benedetto and Claudia look freer now. Maybe tension. World Championship finals tend to do that to people.
So they've done all they can. That's the Viennese waltz. And now we will have to find out how the judges have scored it. Well, in first place, it's the Lithuanian couple, Bizokas and Daniute. Occupying second, the Karabeys. And in third, the Italian pairing of Bosco and Pitton. Fourth place goes to Ferruggia and Köhler from Germany. And the two Russian couples are tied in fifth place. Well, now on to our second dance of this final, and it's the group waltz.
So the couple's now got to compose themselves, slow things down. It's nice to actually compare the two waltzes, isn't it, John, one after the other?
It's interesting because I don't know that I've ever seen the waltz come after the Viennese waltz. But there we are. Karabey's looking good. Such an elegant girl, Natasha.
Beautiful soft swing, lovely movement. Different style. More active choreography, don't they? This couple.
Still seems to me, though, Benedetto's natural vigor has been harnessed a little bit too much.
What, from former performances?
Yeah, I mean...
He's trying to change his style, maybe?
I think so.
You can see here the centre's very together on all these lines and changes of shape.
Yeah, left elbow's a bit sharp for me, but lovely togetherness and musicality from this couple.
I like Silvia's dancing. She's such a beautiful woman on the floor.
Nice cross lock there from the Konovaltsevs.
So let's see how the judges scored the waltz. The Lithuanians, Bizokas and Daniute, in first position, and interestingly, the way it's been scored after two dances puts the Italians, Bosco and Pitton, and the Karabeys in joint second place. The other German couple, Ferruggia and Köhler, are in fourth, with the two Russian couples in fifth and sixth places. Now it's time for the group final of the tango.
Well, the question on this tango is, will Arunas and Edita be able to hold up the challenge of the Italians, Bosco and Pitton, and the German couple, the Karabeys?
The thing with these two is they're very consistent. All their dances are a good level. They've not got one dance that stands out for me.
And good consistency of position, too. You notice that the positions of the man's and the woman's head, the distances are very constant.
That's what I like about them. Tango's a different dance to the first two we've seen. It's combination here of different speeds, slowness, stillness, and quick foot rhythms, sharp movements, big lines, lots of passion and atmosphere in it.
Yeah, suits Paolo's nature a lot, this dance. He's a very natural tango dancer. Benedetto and Claudia, tango's a very good natural dance for them. The Italian guys seem to shine in tango. I think it's musical quality.
Or passion, John.
Well, whatever you put it down to, the judges will have the final say, so let's see how they have marked the tango. Once again, first place goes to the Lithuanian couple, but the big surprise here is that the second German couple have actually come above the first German couple, which is a bit of a shock. There you are, confirmation of that. The Karabeys in fourth, and the Russian couples in fifth and sixth. Yes, now we're going to see the slow foxtrot. Once again, it's the group version.
One of the most difficult dances in the standard. We're looking here for the control of the feet, the linear dance, not as rotary as the other ones we've been seeing. Beautifully done with their feet here.
Nice little musical wrinkle there from Sascha and Natasha. Nice flight, good expression, very musical.
Using the floor extremely well.
Relaxing considerably in this dance, Arunas and Edita. It looks more relaxed to me than they did in the earlier dances. But Foxtrot's one of their best dancers too, so...
As I said before, great shoulder liner from Arunas.
Yeah, lovely outside spin they danced a moment ago. Now, doesn't Paolo look more sophisticated when he dances in this style?
And the judges marking for the slow foxtrot. Well, it's getting a familiar look to it, isn't it? But fortunately, the Karabeys appear to have recovered some ground that they lost on the previous dance. They're in second on that one. The Italians in third. The Russians have moved into fourth. Gimaev and Basyuk on that dance, with the Germans and the Russians taking fifth. So now on to the last dance of this final. It's the quick step, and the first couple we'll see performing solo are the Russians, Marat Gimaev and Alina Basyuk.
Again, musical dancers, these two. See the foot changes, rhythmical changes, and then they'll come out fast. Interesting feet here, look.
Yeah, nicely balanced legs and feet together in their leg lines and their foot lines. Nice to see. Nice promenade run, nicely together.
Nice, interesting choreography.
Yeah, I'd love to see a few slows once in a while, but maybe I'm old-fashioned.
Marat Gimaev and Alina Basyuk from Russia. Well, now, representing Germany, with a little bit of Italian passion thrown in, we've got Benedetto Ferruggia and Claudia Köhler.
Nice change of speeds here. Very together again in the feet.
And relaxed in the top and more freedom. Great natural dance for Benedetto, this quick step. That to me is a lot better than some of the earlier dances.
Yeah, I think this is their best dance so far tonight.
Much freer and weight is in a better place. Nicely coordinated just there. All of that was very well danced.
Germany's Ferruggia and Köhler with the quick step. And now with their version of the dance, the other German couple, Sascha and Natasha Karabey.
So a great opening group here, centre, very entertaining they are.
Yes, although their quick step's been disparaged in some quarters, I quite like it actually.
Oh, I do.
I think they're very together, very well balanced. Tall couple but light on their feet, as they're illustrating now.
The complexity of the choreography these couples do, it's got to be commended. Executing it extremely well.
Yeah, they've got hops and skips and jumps and
syncopations and goodness, it's extremely clever.
I'd still like to see in everyone's quick step just a little bit more of a flighted action. I think a lope is an important part of the quick step.
Sascha and Natasha Karabey of Germany. Well, now another brother and sister partnership from Russia this time. This is Sergei and Olga Konovaltsev.
And they've had a great final. Lovely dancers. I just get more and more impressed with these two every time I see them. So light and free.
Yes, lightness is their great attribute, and they have a freshness about their look. And the interesting thing about this couple, they look very tall on the dance floor, and yet they're not that tall. He's got a good understanding of posture and balance.
Got a great future ahead of them.
Yes, I wonder with this couple and the Chinese couple in the semi-final, I think they may have a few battles a year or so down the road.
Future looks good.
It's looking good indeed. The Russian couple, Sergei and Olga Konovaltsev. Well, that leaves us two couples still to see in this final dance. And the next pairing is that of Paolo Bosco and Silvia Pitton. They're representing Italy.
More of a slower start, choice of choreography. But you like that, John?
Oh, I liked it very much. That's a big change for Paolo. Before, you see him dance, he'd take off like a scalded cat. Now he's showing us grace and sophistication.
He's really matured, hasn't he?
A lot. I'll give him a great deal of credit. And I think he's finding the right balance between, once again, his natural exuberance and the technical aspects of the dance. And it's still a really impressive display.
They've had a great championship.
Yeah, I must say, danced extremely well. Very improved performance all over.
Is mounting a strong challenge, Paolo Bosco and Silvia Pitton of Italy. Well, that leaves us just one couple to see, and that's the couple from Lithuania, Arunas Bizokas and Edita Daniute. Looking good.
Absolutely. They've wanted this for so long. They've been runners-up in former years and they've slipped to third last year. So this is really, they want to be their night. They've got that air about champions though, haven't they, John?
Yeah,
when you look at them.
Sophisticated and polished, and I mean, it's a beautiful portrayal of dancing. They're beautiful-looking people as well, but that's not enough. The dancing has to be correct and championship quality to become the world champions.
It's always exciting when a title is up for grabs.
Yeah, and you know, notwithstanding the pressure that they've had to be subjected to the past week, I think they've done a great job. Very difficult.
Absolutely.
Mental tension so hard to overcome.
Yes, Arunas, Bizokas and Edita, Daniute doing their all for Lithuania. There's one more dance to come, and that is the group quick step, where we can see all the couples together.
So one last chance to impress.
Yes, who'll be lightest, who'll be brightest?
Just give it everything now.
Can't throw caution to the wind. You have to still be balanced, but you have to attack, but in the right way.
I feel the excitement in this final. It's been a great venue here in Denmark.
Super, and none of the couples seem to be having any problems with stamina at the end of this lengthy final round. All well balanced, all keeping their middles well together, which is a tribute to their foot action.
Kom så mine damer og herrer, det er finale, det er VM.
Final push, as you said, John. Look at them, all of them going very strong right until that very last second of music.
Paolo's putting in a big finish.
So that's it. They've done all they can. A creditable performance from all the couples in this world final. The judges now making their final deliberations, and we'll find out who's got the tears and who's got the laughter very shortly. And there we are. Bizokas and Daniute taking first place again in that dance. That is consistency for you. The Italians, Bosco and Pitton, again a strong performance in second. The Karabeys in third, the other Germans in fourth, and once again the Russians in fifth and sixth places.
Bronzemedaljerne, de går i år til fra Tyskland, Sascha og Natasha Karabey.
Well, they're going to be very disappointed in this. Runners-up last year, and to slip to third, it's going to be heartbreaking for them. But they're strong characters. I'm sure they'll come back fighting.
Sølvmedaljer fra Italien, Paolo, Bosco, Silvia, Pitton.
Second place for the Italian couple.
Thought they danced a great quick step, and for me, could have won that dance. And I found between the second and third place couples gave a great challenge to our champions to be announced.
Så der er meget spænding, og vinderen skal udråbes. Og det kommer altså lidt tidligere på denne her måde. Men vinderne er ikke desto
Yep,
mindre.
no doubt about the winners.
Arunas, Bizokas og Edita, Daniute.
How delightful. They've wanted this for so long. And here it is, their night. Winning all 5 dances. Consistency. Brilliant.
Well, they're overcome with joy. Big load off their shoulders. and their first World Championship victory.
Well done. So confirmation of all the final positions. 1, 2 and 3 as we've seen, and then in 4th were Ferruggia and Köhler of Germany and the 2 Russian couples in 5th and 6th.
It feels amazing, and it feels that, well, our whole life we devoted to dancing, and our final dream came true.
Yeah, it's really, it was tough. It was tough, and well, I can't say it was easy because we did everything we could, and it took a lot of effort and a lot of energy. So we gave everything we had, and I'm happy we got the result we wanted.
So that's it from Aarhus. We leave you with the honor dance of the world champions Arunas, Bizokas and Edita Daniute from Lithuania. From Alison Fulham, John Kimmins, and from me, Bruce Hamill, it's goodbye.